Just 30 seconds left, Archangel Michael says, a woman you trusted is walking into a courtroom with papers that could silence you. Open this before she. My beloved child, before you panic or let your mind race, pause for a moment. Something unusual is happening around you, like the air suddenly became heavier with meaning. This isn't fear rising inside you, it's heaven pulling you into awareness. The situation you thought was simple has layers you never saw, and the person who once smiled at you like a friend has been wrestling with her own shadow. Don't scroll. What's unfolding right now isn't an accident, it's a divine interruption designed to protect you. The woman you trusted is carrying those papers with shaking hands, even though she's trying to look calm. It's not the courtroom lights that make her nervous, it's the truth she's been pushing down for far too long. She knows she crossed a line out of panic, pressure, or someone else's influence. She thought she could hide it behind legal language and confident footsteps, but heaven saw everything. And the moment you opened this message, the spiritual spotlight shifted. Something inside her is starting to crumble, the same way guilt cracks a mask someone has worn for too many days. Stay with me. Because right now, while she moves toward that courtroom, something invisible is moving toward you: clarity. People often think justice comes only through judges and lawyers, but sometimes the real verdict forms in someone's conscience long before they enter a room. Her heart is trembling because a truth she hoped no one would notice is rising like smoke from a fire that refuses to stay hidden. Archangel Michael says, he has already stepped into this situation. That uneasy feeling she has isn't fear of the courtroom, it's the angelic presence standing beside her. Something huge is waiting for you. Not destruction, not embarrassment, vindication. The papers she carries may look like power, but the energy behind them is weakening. Words written with fear never stand strong. You are not the one being cornered, you're the one being defended. While she replays every lie in her mind, the universe is replaying every truth in yours. The scales are rebalancing in real time, and what was meant to silence you is about to lose its strength. My beloved child, take a slow breath. The shift you feel isn't imagination. When heaven moves, the atmosphere around you always changes first. If you've been feeling warmth in your hands, pressure in your chest, or a calm that doesn't match the situation, that's confirmation. The divine court has taken over. Your reputation is being covered by light so thick that even the darkest rumor can't push through it. Don't move. Something inside that courtroom is starting to twist. The woman who once presented herself as your supporter is remembering conversations, moments, and choices she made that never aligned with the truth. Her footsteps feel heavier than usual because she's walking toward a moment she can't control anymore. What she intended to finalize today is already unraveling. It's like invisible hands are gently lifting the papers, rearranging her fate before she speaks a single word. Stay till the end. Because the biggest turn in your story is happening right now. A hidden witness may suddenly step forward. A forgotten detail may rise at the perfect second. Or the judge may feel a nudge in their spirit to question something small but important. These tiny shifts are not coincidences, they are divine adjustments. Heaven works quietly but perfectly. And you must hear this: you're not being punished, you're being protected. Sometimes people betray you not because you are weak but because your truth threatens the lies they have told themselves. However, this betrayal is backfiring. Gently and ironically, she is becoming the source of your breakthrough. Her fear is exposing the truth she tried to bury. Her hesitation is revealing the path meant for you. Her trembling is the evidence that heaven is already winning on your behalf. My beloved child, don't scroll. The final part of this moment is the most powerful. Right now inside that courtroom, her voice is shrinking while your light is expanding. Something she planned will either be delayed, dismissed, or transformed. She may confess. She may withdraw. She may break down under the weight of her conscience. Whatever happens, the outcome will tilt toward your favor, not by force but by truth rising at the perfect time. And here's the value you need to carry with you: when heaven fights for you, no paperwork can silence your purpose, no lie can erase your name, and no betrayal can block what was written for you. What you're stepping into now is not survival, it's elevation. You are being lifted above the noise, above the fear, above the misunderstanding. Your story is shifting from tension to triumph, from accusation to alignment, from uncertainty to undeniable clarity. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's closer than you think. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $50. The truth she thought could be hidden is surfacing like light through cracks in the dark. Stay till the end. But as that light rises, something deeper begins to stir, almost like the universe itself is leaning forward to witness what comes next. For the first time, the weight she carried in those papers feels heavier than her own intentions. The more she clutches them, the more her hands tremble, because Archangel Michael's gaze is on her, steady and unblinking, peeling away every layer of deception she hoped would stay unseen. In that courtroom air thick with tension, her confidence thins out like smoke. She expected to walk in as the one holding power, yet with each step that illusion fades. The papers meant to trap you suddenly feel like ashes. Don't scroll, because as you're listening, things are shifting behind the scenes, documents being cross-checked, old messages resurfacing, faces remembering details they once overlooked. Your silence, the one people mistook for defeat, is finally being recognized as the calm of someone protected by something far above earthly rules. Something huge is waiting for you. In the coming days, watch how alignment unfolds. Someone who barely noticed you before will now speak with authority in your favor, and their support will flip the entire narrative. Those who once believed rumors will find themselves questioning every lie they accepted without thought. Stay here, because the light around your name is growing brighter. What was meant to break your spirit is now showcasing the strength you never lost. The courtroom that tried to shape your story will soon become the place where your freedom is announced for everyone to witness. Now breathe. You've crossed the hardest part. Heaven has argued for you in silence, and Archangel Michael is still standing guard, making sure no shadow touches what belongs to you. From this moment forward, no attempt to quiet your truth will succeed, because your destiny is no longer negotiable. My beloved child, pause for a moment and let this sink in. What's happening right now isn't illusion, it's the real shift. The moment the hidden becomes visible. The woman who once marched in with boldness now sits frozen, her thoughts racing faster than her heartbeat. Truth is spilling out of her, not through her words but through her fear. Every crooked line she created is unraveling in front of the very eyes she hoped to manipulate. And yet, despite everything, peace surrounds you like a warm blanket, steady and grounding. Stay till the end. This moment isn't about punishment, it's about clarity. Everything taken from you, your voice, your fairness, your peace is returning in a form stronger than before. The courtroom has shifted from a battleground into a place of revelation. And for the first time your spirit feels light enough to breathe deeply again. Don't skip. Archangel Michael stands beside you, no longer raising his sword but resting it on the ground. That glow around it is not fire, it's completion. The battle has already been won. Your name is being written into a higher chapter, one that no lie can erase. Something huge is waiting for you. Soon you'll feel the signs, a message that brings relief, an unexpected apology, a door opening where you once saw a wall. Don't dismiss these moments as coincidence. They're heaven's way of telling you the cycle has ended. No false report, no twisted sentence, no whispered accusation can bind you anymore. You're stepping out clean, lifted and free. My beloved child, lift your gaze. The room may be quiet but heaven is celebrating. What once aimed to silence you has now crowned you with truth. People will begin to see what heaven always knew, you were never the one at fault. You were the one chosen to rise through this. Stay here. Don't rush away from this moment because the vibration you feel is the closing of a long and painful chapter. The courtroom scene fades, not because it isn't important but because its purpose is fulfilled. You were never fighting people, you were passing a test that required patience, faith and strength. The woman who tried to bury your voice now sits softened, her own spirit teaching her the cost of deceit. Her tears aren't weapons, they're breakthroughs. And although she may not say it aloud yet, she knows the truth is winning. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael stands with wings wide open, casting peace into the corners of your future that once felt uncertain. Every heavy piece inside your heart has begun to melt away. Something huge is waiting for you. This next blessing isn't connected to the courtroom at all. It's connected to the future that waited patiently for you to reach this point. You'll feel a gentle pull toward a new opportunity, a conversation, a name, a place that feels strangely right. Follow that pull. It's the start of your next chapter glowing from afar. As you listen, the weight on your chest loosens. Your soul is stepping out of fear, shedding every lingering doubt. You're moving into a timeline where your name shines untouched, where peace settles deep and stays. This is your rebirth moment. What tried to bury you has become your evidence of destiny. Walk forward calmly with your head held high. Heaven wrote the final word long ago, victory. My beloved child, stay with these last words. The atmosphere around you is humming with closure. Not the kind that ends a story but the kind that reshapes it. What was meant to silence you has become the reason you rise louder, clearer and stronger than ever before. And though the courtroom has emptied, the echo of your truth remains. Archangel Michael watches over the next stretch of your path, ensuring that every step ahead unfolds with clarity and favor. The woman who once tried to stop your voice will soon become the unexpected witness to your breakthrough. My beloved child, stay exactly where you are. The story that started in shadows is now blooming into its brightest truth, and you're standing right at the center of it. The energy around you is shifting like a curtain being pulled back, revealing what was always promised to you but delayed for divine reasons. The woman who once walked boldly with those papers now feels the weight of what heaven has overturned. Her steps have slowed, her heart has softened, and her fear has turned into revelation. Not because you wished her downfall, but because truth has its own way of rising even when buried under layers of doubt. And now that it has risen, nothing and no one can push it back down. Stay till the end, because your spirit is stepping into a place where clarity replaces confusion and peace replaces pressure. You are not returning to who you were, you are emerging as who you were meant to be. The courtroom energy fades completely now, like an old memory losing its grip. In its place stands a golden quiet, the kind that feels like standing on a mountaintop right after a storm has passed. You can still smell the rain, but the sky is clear, wide, and ready to shine. Archangel Michael stands beside you, wings relaxed, his light stretching beyond the horizon as if to remind you that the battle wasn't just fought, it was finished. And not by force but by divine timing. Don't scroll. Something sacred is still unfolding. Even now heaven is stitching together conversations, opportunities, and breakthroughs that were once blocked by fear and deception. A message that never delivered will suddenly find its way through. A door that stayed locked will click open effortlessly. That's not magic, that's divine correction at work. My beloved child, breathe slowly. Feel how the air itself feels different around you right now. That's because your timeline is shifting. Everything that was built to break you has now become the foundation of your rise. The betrayal that once felt unbearable is now the platform that proves your resilience. The delays that once frustrated you were actually divine pauses pulling you back just enough so when you launched forward nothing could stop your momentum. Stay with me. You're entering a chapter where your name won't be whispered in doubt but spoken with respect. People who once stepped away will begin returning, not out of guilt but because heaven has nudged their hearts to see the truth they once overlooked. Don't move. The universe is adjusting everything in your favor. A sudden chill, a spark of intuition, or someone speaking words you needed at the exact moment you needed them, these signs are not accidents. They are confirmations that your spirit is aligned with the path heaven carved uniquely for you. Something huge is waiting for you. Not in a faraway future but right on the edge of this moment. A conversation that shifts your direction. A chance that breaks open a new life. An invitation that holds more blessing than you can currently imagine. And this time you will walk into it without fear, without hesitation, and without the weight of old wounds pulling you back. Stay right here, my beloved child. The woman who once tried to script your fate is no longer the one holding the pen. Heaven took it from her hands the moment truth aligned with divine timing. Now she sits not as an enemy but as a witness, someone who unintentionally became part of the path that led you to your elevation. And as she releases her grip on those old energies, you release yours on the pain. This is divine closure. Not the kind that comes with noise or dramatic endings, but the kind that arrives quietly, leaving you lighter, freer, and stronger than ever. You're stepping into a space where what felt like loss becomes divine launching. Your voice, once suppressed, now carries a resonance that others can't ignore. Your presence, once underestimated, is now unmistakable. And your spirit, once weary, is now glowing with a calm fire. Archangel Michael walks beside you, guiding each step with the kind of confidence only heaven can grant. Don't scroll, feel the shift happening within you, the soft but powerful realization that you are no longer battling for truth. You are walking in it. My beloved child, the universe is aligning in ways you cannot see but will soon feel. Sleepless nights will turn into peaceful rest. Closed doors will transform into thresholds. Every no you heard earlier is now rearranging itself into a better yes. Something huge is waiting for you, and it won't require you to fight for it, chase it, or prove yourself for it. It will come naturally, like sunrise after a long night. You might hear it in someone's unexpected kindness, or notice it when a new opportunity feels like it was tailored exactly for you. This is the moment where your story stops being about survival and becomes about expansion. The legacy that began in betrayal now evolves into purpose. You are becoming the person your past tried to keep you from becoming. And heaven is celebrating, not with noise but with the calm assurance that comes when everything finally falls into place. Walk forward with that quiet confidence, my beloved child. Your victory isn't coming, it's already here, expanding from this moment into every part of your life that once felt uncertain. My beloved child, stay exactly where you are, because what's unfolding beyond this moment is the continuation of everything your spirit has been waiting for. The silence you feel settling over your world isn't emptiness, it's the sound of heaven finishing what darkness tried to interrupt. Don't scroll. That stillness in your chest is the final ribbon being tied around a long-awaited victory. The weight that once clung to your name has finally loosened, drifting away like dust that no longer belongs to you. The lies, the papers, the fear, they've all faded into shadows behind you, and what remains is your truth standing tall in light. Stay till the end. Something sacred is happening in the unseen, and it's touching your life in ways you can't yet measure. The very energy around you feels gentler now, as if the universe itself is exhaling after carrying your burden for too long. The woman who once tried to walk ahead of truth is now walking behind it, learning what heaven already knew: no signature written in fear can stand against a soul chosen in light. Her steps are slower, her heart humbled, and her spirit softened by a realization she can no longer escape. Don't skip this part. Archangel Michael is still near, but his presence has shifted. There is no urgency in his stance anymore, no storm in his wings. Instead, he stands beside you with quiet assurance, as if guiding you into a chapter that has already been blessed. The energetic tension that once pulled at your spirit has loosened into a peaceful flow. You are moving from defense to destiny, from surviving to rising. The battle that once roared around you has turned into a whisper of, "It is done. Stay with me." You'll notice in the coming days that your world feels strangely aligned. People who once doubted you will pause mid-thought when your name crosses their mind. Situations that once seemed heavy will start unfolding with surprising ease. Even your own reflections, your thoughts, your dreams, your intuition will feel sharper, clearer, freer. That's because heaven has recalibrated your path, and every step you take now is supported by divine momentum. Don't scroll now, beloved. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's closer than you think. It may come as a message that arrives when you least expect it, or a conversation that gently reopens a closed door. It may come as an apology, spoken or unspoken, or as an opportunity that seems to fall into your hands without effort. These moments aren't accidents, they're realignments, small signs of heaven returning to you what was delayed but never denied. Stay till the end. The courtroom that once buzzed with tension has now dissolved into memory. No echoes remain. The woman who held those papers has learned her chapter, and you have completed yours. You didn't win with anger or force, you won with patience, truth, and a spirit that refused to collapse under pressure. The universe honors that kind of strength. Heaven crowns it. Don't skip. Archangel Michael stands with a glow around him now, one that feels less like battle and more like blessing. His wings aren't blocking anymore, they're pointing you forward. Everything behind you has been erased, rewritten, and sealed in divine clarity. You are no longer someone fighting for peace. You are someone walking in it. Stay with me just a little longer. The energy in your life is shifting like dawn rising after a restless night. You may feel a sense of renewal in your breathing, or a sudden desire to let go of things that once felt heavy. That's your spirit aligning with freedom. You might even feel a strange but comforting sensation, like warmth brushing your shoulders or a quiet tingling in your palms. These are subtle confirmations that heaven is not just observing your life, it's intervening. Something huge is waiting for you. Not chaos, not conflict, opportunity. The kind that feels almost unreal at first because it's shaped so perfectly around your growth. You'll step into rooms that once felt far away. You'll meet people who finally recognize what you've carried all along. You'll speak with a confidence born from experience, not ego. And the world will respond to you differently, not because they've changed but because your energy has. Don't scroll yet. The universe is shifting its attention toward you, aligning blessings that were once held back for the right moment. That moment is now. You are stepping out of the chapter where you were misunderstood and into the chapter where you are seen with clarity. And the woman who tried to silence you, her role is finished. Heaven has already handled her part. Stay right here, beloved child. This final wave of peace settling into your spirit is proof that the storm is over. The truth has won, the light has prevailed. And your name, spoken in divine confidence, is stepping into a future shaped by purpose, not pain. You are not just restored, you are elevated. You are not just vindicated, you are chosen. And nothing that once threatened you holds any power now. Your story continues in victory, not fear. The universe knows your name, and now it honors it. The light surrounding your name doesn't fade, it expands almost as if heaven itself is exhaling after holding its breath for you. And as this glow settles around your spirit, something remarkable begins to shift inside you. Not loudly, not dramatically, but in that quiet way destiny always moves when victory has already been written. You can almost feel the ground beneath you humming with a new rhythm, like the universe is finally sinking to your heartbeat. Archangel Michael stands just a step behind you, not out of caution but out of respect. His wings aren't raised anymore, they rest gently the way they do when a battle has been completed long before anyone on earth realizes it. He watches you the way a guardian watches a sunrise, calm, proud, knowing. Because what lies ahead for you isn't another trial, another storm, or another moment of questioning your worth. No. What lies ahead is restoration dressed as opportunity and peace wearing the face of a promise. My beloved child, stay right here. Let this moment breathe around you. You've spent so much time surviving that sometimes you forget what it feels like to simply exist without fear tugging at the corners of your thoughts. But those fears, they're fading like old ink on paper, still visible if you squint yet powerless to stain your present. The woman who once held those papers, those accusations, those shadows. Her chapter has closed. Not with chaos but with quiet truth. Her path now holds her own lessons while yours opens like a calm sunrise spreading across everything that once felt dark. And you, yes, you are walking straight into a softness you've earned through storms that would have drowned most people. Don't scroll, not now. The shift happening around you is as intentional as a divine whisper. Soon small signs will appear, maybe a scent you haven't smelled in years, maybe a name that pops up at the exact right moment, maybe a song lyric that hits you like it was written for your soul alone. These aren't coincidences. They're confirmations that your destiny has restarted its engines and is now moving without a single interruption. Something enormous is waiting for you, but this time it doesn't arrive with noise or dramatic twists. It comes gently like a door that couldn't be opened by force but swings open the second you stop pushing. People who once overlooked you will feel something different when you enter a room. Not because you've changed overnight but because your divine glow has stepped out from behind the curtain. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to justify anything. Your peace is louder than every rumor, every doubt, every false version of your story. Take this breath slowly. You've earned this moment. The journey that began with betrayal now ends with brilliance so clean it almost feels unreal. Heaven didn't just rewrite your path, it signed the final page with a kind of gold that can't be smudged by human hands. From today forward your path doesn't just sparkle, it stands guarded, untouchable, unstoppable, blessed beyond measure. The energy around you feels different now, lighter, golden, almost like the air itself has been purified. And it has. Because the weight that once held your spirit hostage has transformed into wings. Every disappointment quietly stitched together the bridge you're walking across at this very moment. Archangel Michael walks beside you not as a shield now but as a companion who knows the war is over. The woman who once tried to silence your truth. Her presence has dissolved from your storyline. Not through revenge, not through force, simply through divine alignment. Her absence is peace and your silence is power. Something huge is approaching, but it won't roar into your life. It will slip in gently, a message, a connection, a breakthrough that feels like heaven tapping your shoulder. And when it arrives, remember it's not luck. It's alignment. The world is beginning to sense your shift. People will notice your calm, your certainty, your glow, the kind that doesn't come from pretending everything is fine but from knowing deep inside that everything has already been set right. The courtroom is gone. The accusations are dust. The papers are nothing more than forgotten fragments of a story that no longer belongs to you. Stay here a moment longer. Let this calm wrap around your heartbeat. What's unfolding right now is not the end, it's the beginning of your divine era. Every silent tear became part of the sacred architecture of your new timeline. You're not awaiting justice anymore, you are walking inside it. Archangel Michael stands beside you with peace in his eyes. His sword is no longer drawn for battle, it glows as a reminder of every war won without you ever having to raise a hand. The woman who once challenged your truth now faces her own reflection while you walk forward in grace. This reversal wasn't to punish, it was to reveal divine order. Something massive is arriving quietly but unmistakably. A message, an opportunity, a connection will appear with such perfect timing that you'll feel heaven smiling. Everything attached to your name from this moment forward will carry light, truth and glory. You're not stepping into a new chapter. You're stepping into a new destiny. My beloved child, stay with me a little longer. The chapter unfolding beneath your feet is so sacred that even time has slowed to witness it. What once felt like a storm tearing you apart is now the very wind carrying you into a future shaped by divine clarity. The woman who once tried to twist your truth is no longer part of your story center. Her actions have become faint echoes behind you, dissolving into lessons you no longer need to revisit. What remains is your rise, quiet, steady, undeniable. Stay till the end, because this moment is not just healing, it is transformation settling into your bones. The universe is adjusting itself around your new frequency. You'll notice the shift in subtle ways, conversations feeling lighter, your thoughts becoming clearer, even the air around you holding a softness it never had before. These are signs that the weight you carried for so long has finally released its grip. What once felt like a wound is now becoming wisdom stitched with divine precision. Don't skip this part. Archangel Michael stands beside you with a presence that feels like warm light wrapping around your shoulders. He isn't here to fight anymore, your battles have already been won in silence. Now he stands as a guardian of peace, ensuring nothing from the past can cross into your new life without passing through divine approval. His wings shimmer with a calm power, reminding you that every tear you cried was witnessed, every fear you held was known, and every step forward was protected even when you felt alone. Stay right here, my beloved child. Because even now destiny continues to rearrange itself in your favor. People who once questioned your strength will soon see your rise and wonder how you managed to stand so gracefully through storms meant to break you. They won't understand that it wasn't strength alone, it was divine intervention, quiet resilience, and a spirit that refused to surrender. You are stepping into a chapter where your presence speaks louder than any explanation ever could. Something huge is waiting for you. It's approaching softly like dawn easing into the horizon. You'll feel it before you see it, a calm excitement in your chest, a sense that something is aligning perfectly beyond your line of sight. Opportunities will appear that feel tailored to your soul, not forced or uncertain. This is the reward for trusting the process even when you could not see the purpose. Heaven is not sending you random blessings, it's sending precision-crafted answers to prayers you whispered in your hardest moments. Don't scroll yet. Let this energy settle into every part of you. You are not returning to who you were, you're becoming who you were always meant to be. The story that once defined your struggle is now becoming the foundation of your strength. What once hurt you now bows before your light. And what once tried to diminish you has become the reason your glow is unmistakable. This is divine elevation, not by noise but by grace. My beloved child, breathe deeply. The shift you feel is real. The world around you is beginning to respond to the healed version of you. Conversations that once drained you will no longer affect you. Situations that once triggered fear will now reveal your growth. You are no longer reacting, you are rising. This is the quiet power that comes from surviving battles that others never saw. Heaven didn't just defend you, it rebuilt you. Stay till the end because the next part of your journey unfolds like pages turning themselves. Unexpected messages, familiar names appearing at divine timing, paths opening where walls once stood, these aren't coincidences. They are confirmations. You are walking in a frequency where alignment is your natural state. The universe is no longer correcting your path, it is clearing it. Don't skip this moment. The woman who once held those papers, her chapter has closed. Not with vengeance but with revelation. Her absence from your story is not loss, it is liberation. She walks her own path now, shaped by consequences that are hers alone to carry. Your only responsibility is to walk forward in peace, knowing that heaven handled what you could not. Stay here, my beloved child. The glow around your name is not temporary, it is permanent proof that grace remembers those who choose truth over noise. From this moment on, your decisions will be guided by clarity, not confusion. Your connections will be built on sincerity, not fear. And your steps will be ordered by divine timing, not human pressure. Something huge is waiting for you. It might arrive as a gentle opportunity, a reconnection that feels destined, a breakthrough that appears effortless. Whatever form it takes, it will carry the unmistakable energy of divine authorship. You won't question it. Your spirit will recognize it instantly because it was always meant for you. Don't scroll. Let the final wave of peace settle into your heart. You have crossed the invisible threshold between who you had to be and who you are now becoming. The courtroom is gone, the wait is gone, the story has shifted. What remains is your rise, steady, sacred and unstoppable. Walk forward knowing this truth, your victory is not coming, it has already begun. My beloved child, stay exactly where you are. The air around you is shifting again, softer yet more certain, as if the universe itself is pausing to honor your rise. What once felt like chaos is now revealing itself as choreography. Every moment that broke you was secretly building you. And now, as the dust of the past settles, you stand in a light that no shadow can reach. Don't skip this. The divine order around your life is becoming undeniable. Doors that once stayed locked are beginning to warm beneath your touch, preparing to open without resistance. You'll soon notice how even the smallest signs feel heavier with meaning, a message at the right second, an unexpected name, a sudden pull toward clarity. These aren't coincidences. They are the echoes of heaven reminding you that your story is finally stepping into alignment. Stay with me, my beloved child. Archangel Michael walks beside you in stillness, his presence steady like a pillar of light. There is no battle cry now because there is no battle left to fight. His wings no longer shield you from harm, they guide you toward purpose. The betrayal that once threatened your peace has transformed into the very proof of your resilience. You have risen beyond accusation, beyond fear, into a space where truth carries your name like a crown. Don't scroll yet. Something sacred is unfolding in the unseen. A shift, a chance, a divine moment crafted with your spirit in mind. It will not be loud, but it will be unmistakable. What's approaching is not random. It's the fulfillment of everything you held on to when it would have been easier to let go. Walk forward gently now. Your next chapter doesn't arrive with noise, it arrives with certainty. And that certainty is the signature of heaven revealing that your time has come.